Hey everybody, Ryan here at eTrailer. Today we're going to be checking out the 1¼ receiver tube attachment for Stealth trailer hitches. When it comes to these Stealth trailer hitches, these things are awesome, you know what I mean? Whenever you're not using them, they're going to be completely hidden, not even going to know it's there. But whenever you're ready to use the hitch, you're going to take your accessory, whether it be the receiver tube or a ball mount, plug it in, and you're good to go. Well, one of the issues, the hitches are going to come with the larger 2" by 2" receiver tube openings. And you know, I will say these are probably the most common size, but they didn't want to forget about the people that want to use these smaller 1¼ by 1¼ accessories. Whether you already have this type of accessories or maybe you got your eye on one that you want to pick out. And by using this smaller receiver tube, that's going to allow you to plug right in to the bottom of your Stealth hitch and use those smaller accessories. So I went ahead and just put the 1¼ receiver tube in our Stealth hitch on the back of our vehicle, just to kind of give you guys an idea of what it's going to look like. And what kind of comes to my mind is it's a little less noticeable. Don't get me wrong, it still comes out, especially on this vehicle, but it doesn't take up nearly as much room or nearly as bulky as that bigger 2" by 2" receiver tube opening. So, you know, maybe let's say you really are just planning on using a bike rack and you don't feel like, you know, having to take this thing out every single time. You can kind of get away with a little more as far as the appearance goes with using the smaller receiver tube opening. You know, it kind of blends in a little bit better and just doesn't take up as much space. So it can make life a little bit easier if you pull the rack out and put it in almost daily. By leaving this in there, it's one less step that you're going to have to worry about doing. Just to kind of give you a comparison, I took the standard 2" one, put that in the back of our vehicle, and it doesn't take much to realize how much more room it takes up and how much more noticeable this one really is over the smaller 1¼ Assuming you're familiar with the 2" by 2" receiver tube that came with your hitch, you're going to feel pretty good about this one whenever you get it in your hands. It is the same quality construction, you know, just like anything Stealth hitches make. Everything's well built. You know, it's heavy, feels good in your hand, you know, it gives you some confidence knowing this thing's up to the task. You know, all the welds are proper and placed correctly. It's just well built, you know, a nice big piece of steel. Not to mention too, it comes with that same powder coated finish on there, and this thing should hold up for quite some time. With this receiver tube compared to the 2" by 2" one, you are going to lose a little bit of weight capacity. This one's going to have a 300-pound maximum gross tongue weight rating, and there is no trailer weight rating with this one. You cannot tow with this, so you can't put a ball mount in here or something like that. But you know, a little bit less capacity for this one isn't that big of a deal, honestly. Usually the accessories that you're going to use with the smaller one aren't very big, and so it would really take a lot, at least in my opinion, to even come close to maxing that out. With that said, at the end of the receiver tube opening, there is going to be a reinforced collar for a little bit of extra strength, and it is going to utilize that 1/2" size pin and clip. Now keep in mind though, a pin and clip do not come included, but if you need one, not a big deal, you can grab it here at eTrailer. At the end of the day, this is just one of those things, you know, it's really nice to have a bunch of different options on, you know, what you can actually use a hitch for. So if you're someone that has or wants to use those 1¼ accessories, this is something you definitely can't go wrong with. And that'll finish up our look at of the 1¼ receiver tube attachment for Stealth trailer hitches.